This is the argument of a person that loves to discriminate. This is an argument of a person that wants to create a system where they are above others. I noticed that a lot of folks really want to drag each other down. They understand that white folks are at the top, and then after that, folks are fighting for second. And it's not just African Americans, it's Hispanic Americans as well. A lot of different Americans want to kind of fight for that second tier. Who's the second best? And this argument usually comes from a black MAGA person. The argument that birthright citizenship is for black Americans, which makes no sense because if you're a black American, then you're a citizen, because that's what being an American means. What I think he means to say is that birthright citizenship clause, Amendment 14, is for descendants of African enslaved people whose children were born here. But he's also saying that birthright citizenship is not for others. The folks that ICE are after specifically. They want to sort of close this citizenship to include themselves and not those other guys. But the argument is foolish in itself, right? Because the actual text of the 14th Amendment says, if you are born here or naturalized here, you are a citizen. That's it. It doesn't say if you are from African descent and born here, you're an American citizen. That's not what it says. The reason why it's open like that is because the writers of this amendment knew that although the catalyst might have been black formerly enslaved individuals, they understood that this can apply to anyone. That's why it says any persons born or naturalized here is a citizen of the United States, not black Americans. You have to leave room in the Constitution for movement, because no one will ever know what we are going to see in the year 2030, in the year 2040 and 2050. When we have AI and that's, kind of running things, the same constitutional principles need to be able to apply, right? They didn't have AI in 1865. Or 1787 when the Constitution was formed. But the Constitution and its amendments need to be open enough to be applicable to whatever comes our way. So yes, catalysts might have been descendants of Africans, but the clause was written just as it was meant to be written. Any persons born or naturalized here in the U.S. are citizens. Save that talking point for MAGA white folks that don't think that you on the same level as them anyway. That's their talking point. That's not your talking point to try to disenfranchise our Hispanic brothers and sisters. Settle down.